You've noticed it, haven't you? The way the air in the room seems to grow heavy the moment you step across the threshold, not because you've made a scene, but because you've made an entrance without saying a single word. You aren't seeking the spotlight, in fact, you're often trying to avoid it, yet it finds you anyway. People are looking at your face. They're studying the lines, the stillness, the way your eyes don't dart around the room seeking approval. They are talking about you in whispers because your face is a riddle they can't solve, a locked door to which they don't have the key. In a world that is loud, messy, and desperate to be seen, your face is a sanctuary of silence. It is an act of rebellion. Most people walk around with open faces, broadcasting every insecurity, every craving for validation, and every fleeting thought. But you have cultivated a countenance that is as impenetrable as a fortress. Some call it cold, some call it intimidating, some even call it resting bitch face, because they lack the vocabulary to describe a woman who doesn't owe them a smile. But we know better. This isn't about being mean. This is about being sovereign. Your face is the physical manifestation of your mental boundaries. Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of why your face is the talk of the town, and how that mysterious energy is actually your greatest power. Point 1. The death of the performative mask. Think about the social conditioning most women undergo from the moment they can speak. We are told to be sweet apostrophe, to look approachable apostrophe, and to keep a pleasant, soft expression on our faces, so that men and strangers feel comfortable in our presence. The Sigma female looks at that social contract and tears it up. People are talking about your face because you have stopped performing. You've stopped the reflexive polite smile when you walk past a stranger. You've stopped the head tilting and the eye widening that signals submission. When people see your face, they see someone who is comfortable in their own skin, without needing to mirror the emotions of the crowd. This creates a massive psychological vacuum. Humans are biologically programmed to look for feedback in faces. When they look at yours and find only a calm and neutral baseline, it forces them to confront their own internal noise. They talk about you because you are a mirror. If they feel uncomfortable looking at your neutral face, it's because they are uncomfortable with their own silence. You aren't being aggressive. You are simply being honest. You are refusing to do the emotional labor of making everyone else feel safe. That lack of a performative mask is your first line of defense. It filters out the weak and the manipulative, leaving only those who are secure enough to handle your truth. Point 2. The calculated weight of your gaze. There is something unnerving about the way a Sigma female looks at the world. Most people have leaky eyes. They look away when things get tense, or they glance at their phones to avoid eye contact. But you look directly at the source. When you speak to someone, you aren't just hearing their words. You are reading the micro expressions on their forehead, the tension in their jaw, and the truth they are trying to hide behind their teeth. People talk about your face because your eyes feel like a laser. It's not a stare down, it's an observation. You look at people the way an architect looks at a blueprint, calculating, assessing, and seeing the structure beneath the surface. This intensity is magnetic but also terrifying. When you look at someone with that level of focus, they feel seen in a way that is almost invasive. They realize that they can't lie to you. Your face doesn't flinch when they try to use charm or intimidation. You simply hold your gaze until they reveal themselves. This is why they whisper about you being intense or mysterious. You aren't doing anything special. You're just actually paying attention while everyone else is distracted. That gaze is your weapon. It tells people that you are a predator of truth in a world of prey who live in lies. Point 3. The fortress of emotional stillness. We live in a society that is addicted to outrage. Everyone's face is a billboard for their latest grievance or their most recent joy. But the Sigma female understands the power of the blank slate. When point 3 becomes active in your life, you realize that your emotions are your private property. People talk about your face because in the middle of the crisis, while everyone else is losing their minds, you look like a statue. You have this incredible ability to detach your internal feeling from your external expression. This isn't because you don't feel, it's because you choose when and where to express it. This stillness is a massive power move in any negotiation or conflict. If the person across from you can't see your fear, your anger, or your excitement, they have no leverage over you. They can't find your buttons because you haven't given them a map. This drives people to talk because they can't categorize you. Are you happy? Are you plotting? Are you bored? They don't know. And in that unknown, you hold all the cards. Your face is a vault, and the contents are for your eyes only. This stoicism isn't a lack of humanity. It's a high level of self-mastery. You are the eye of the hurricane, and that stillness makes you the most powerful person in the room. Point 4. The silent discernment of the truth seeker. There is a specific look that a Sigma female gets when she realizes someone is being fake. It's not an eye roll that's too alpha and loud. It's not a frown that's too beta and reactive. It's a subtle, almost imperceptible narrowing of the eyes and a slight tilt of the head. It's the look of a scientist observing a strange new bacteria. People talk about your face because they can feel when you figure them out. You let people talk. You let them spin their webs of lies and self-importance. And as they talk, your face remains a calm, analytical surface. Eventually, the speaker realizes that their words are falling flat. They realize that your face isn't reflecting the awe or agreement they expected. This is the moment they start to fear you. They go back to their friends and say, "There's something about her. I couldn't get through to her." What they really mean is that they couldn't manipulate you. Your face acts as a natural filter for nonsense. By staying quiet and keeping your expression neutral, you force the other person to fill the silence, and in that silence, they always reveal their true intentions. Your face is the silence that demands the truth. Point 5. The rarity and value of your expression. Because you don't walk around with a permanent grin, your expressions have genuine market value. When you actually laugh a real deep, soulful laugh, it's like the sun coming out from behind the clouds. When you show genuine appreciation, people feel like they've won a marathon. People talk about your face because they are obsessed with earning a reaction from you. In a world where everyone gives away their likes and smiles for free, you are a luxury brand. You don't devalue your currency by spending it on every triviality. This makes your social interactions incredibly high stakes. People will work harder to make you smile than they will for someone who is nice all the time. This isn't a game you're playing. It's just who you are. You value authenticity above all else. If something isn't funny, you don't laugh. If something isn't impressive, you don't act amazed. This integrity is written all over your face. It makes you a person of substance. People know that if your face shows approval, it is 100% earned. That level of trust is rare, and it's where your presence is so respected, even by those who claim to be intimidated by you. Point 6. Immunity to the collective mindset. Have you ever been in a group where someone tells a joke that is actually mean-spirited or just plain stupid? Everyone else laughs because they don't want to be the odd one out. But you just sit there. Your face doesn't move. You don't join in the collective cackling just to fit in. People talk about your face because it represents a terrifying level of independence. You are the girl who isn't afraid of the awkward silence. You aren't afraid of being the only one not smiling in the photo. This immunity to social pressure is visible in the way you hold your jaw and the way you refuse to soften your look for the sake of the group dynamic. It tells everyone that you are an island. You don't need the pack to tell you how to feel. This makes you a wild card. You can't be predicted and you can't be shamed into compliance. Your face is the physical boundary of your soul. It says, "I am here, but I am not yours." This is why they talk. They are fascinated by someone who has found a way to be in the world, but not of it. Point 7. The professionalism of the predator. In the world of career, business, and ambition, your face is your greatest asset. While others are being vulnerable and sharing their journey in ways that actually undermine their authority, you maintain the face of a high-level strategist. You understand that in the professional world, information is power, and your face is the primary source of information. People talk about your face in the boardroom because you look like you've already won. You have that calm, steady, slightly bored look of someone who has seen it all before. You don't show stress. You don't show desperation. Even if your heart is racing, your face is a cool 68 degrees. This poker face makes people assume you have a secret weapon, even if you're just starting out. It's the look of leadership. Leaders aren't the ones screaming. They are the ones watching the screamers. By keeping your face composed, you signal that you are the one in control of the environment. You aren't a worker bee. You are the architect. This is why everyone is talking about your face, because it's the face of someone who is going places and they're not sure if they're invited. So, as we wrap this up, I want you to look in the mirror today. Don't look for flaws. Don't look for things to fix to make yourself look friendlier. Look at the strength in your stillness. Look at the depth in your eyes. Understand that your face is a masterpiece of self-protection and self-respect. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them be intimidated. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your only responsibility is to remain true to the woman behind the eyes. You are a Sigma female, and your face is your flag. Fly it high, fly it proud, and never let anyone tell you to smile unless you truly feel like it. Stay focused, stay observant, and above all, stay mysterious. The world is watching. Give them something worth talking about.